Okay, so today's class is going to focus on releasing stress from the body. So we're going to do that a lot with breathing and some specific stretches around the hips as well. So we're going to start lying on your back, please. Come to lie down. Okay, so one of the biggest things about holding stress in the body is that we often don't realise is actually there. So we could be feeling quite stressed and then not actually realise what's going on until we recognise that we're maybe clenching on the jaw or not breathing fully. So as you're lying on your back, we're going to start with a body awareness scan. So just finding a comfortable way of lying down, you can have your legs bent or straight. I'll begin by just bringing your attention to the parts of your body that are connected to the floor. Okay, so whatever you've got going on today, just allow that to be put to one side for the moment and bringing all your attention here. So just notice the connection of your head to the ground, the back of your head. Noticing your upper back, your shoulders. Just being aware of your arms and your middle and your lower back. Noticing your hips, your thighs, being aware of your knees, your shins, and all the way down to your feet. Okay, and then just noticing if any of those parts feel a little bit tense right now, I'm just encouraging them to relax. So that might just mean relaxing your shoulders down towards the floor, or just letting your legs kind of flop apart if they feel a bit tense right now. And on the way back up, we're going to really focus on relaxing those parts. So just being aware of your toes and trying to really think about just relaxing your toes, let them go. And really purposely relaxing the muscles of your feet and your ankles. And starting to relax through your shins and your knees. And relaxing down towards your thighs. And relaxing now through your hips. That's into relaxing your stomach. So quite a lot of time we hold the stomach tense. So let it relax as much as you can. Good. And then relaxing up towards your chest and the front of your shoulders. Relaxing the palms of your hands and your fingers. And relaxing up towards your jaw, your eyes. And you really imagine softening the muscles behind your eyes as well. And then relaxing across your forehead. Good. All right, so in that place, we're going to come to your little breathing practice now, so just before we move. So this is just simply called equal breathing. So we're going to be breathing in for 5 seconds and then out for 5 seconds to bring the body into a balanced state. So breathing through the nose if you're able to. And just placing maybe one or both hands down on the abdomen. So when we breathe into the stomach, this can make the body feel a lot more relaxed. So when you're ready, we're going to take a nice slow breath in for 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right, so I'm going to start to move from here. So next time you breathe in, just take a really big stretch out through your arms and legs. So if you reach out as big as you can around you. Good, nice. And as you exhale, we're going to bend the knees. So we'll hug them to the chest and really squeeze the nose up to the knees as well. Good, so do that again as you breathe in. Everything reaches out. So get as big as you can. Huge stretch. Good, and then again, exhaling to bend the knees and really squeezing them in. So this time, as you reach everything out, we're going to just start to circle through the joints. So making some big circles through your wrists there and through your ankles. Just spreading and scrunching your fingers and toes as well. Good. And then we're going to bring the knees in towards your chest. So you've got one hand on top of each knee and just start to move through the hips now. So use your hands to pull the knees out, round and back together. So as you do this, try and let your hands do most of the work. So your hip muscles are not really doing anything right now. So it's your hands moving the bones. Good. All right, and we're going to place the feet to the floor so they're about mat distance apart, taking your arms out to the sides and just dropping the knees down to one side and then the other. It's like a big sort of twisting move there. So as you do this bit, try to press your knees gently towards the floor so you get a little stretch into your thighs, into your hips. Good, we're going to add on to this movement. So as you drop your knees over to the left, take your top knee, we're just going to swing it across your body, and just kick your heel out of it as the outside edge of your leg stretches. The knees over the other way, top leg comes across, and just kick your heel out and away. Good, so one more time, knees over to the left, kick that top leg across. Good, and then knees over to the right, and kick that top leg across. Good, so feet to the floor now, the centre. So we're going to get the right ankle, gently cross it over your opposite knee. Then without using your hands, we're going to lift the legs up in this shape and just start to take the legs for a bit of a circle. So my legs are up in this shape. I'm just making some circular movements here. Good. Okay, so this might feel like it's just stretching into that right hip or that right glute a little bit there. And we're going to take hold of that left thigh now. Just draw the legs in a little bit more so you might feel a bit of a deeper stretch. Good. So keep some movement going just for this bit. So you might roll from side to side across your back slightly maybe. Good. And then the other side, so feet come to the ground. So left ankle across the other knee. So in this shape, we're just going to lift the legs up slightly. Then without using your hand to start with, just take the legs for a little circle. So that right leg sort of controlling most of the movement here. Breathing through the nose. Then after a few circles, we're going to take hold of that right thigh, drawing the legs in and keep a little bit of movement going. So you might be rocking from side to side across the back, perhaps. Good, well done. All right, so we're going to bring the knees into the chest now. We're going to roll up and down through your spine a few times. So again, keep it nice and relaxed. So rolling through those spinal muscles. Good, so next time we come up, we're going to have the feet on the ground again. So about mat distance apart. We're going to lean back into your hand and then just drop the knees down one way and then the other again. Good. Okay, so slowly bringing the knees towards the ground. And then as you drop your knees to the right next time, we're going to lift the hips up slowly and then lift that top arm. We're trying to stretch the front of the hips there. Good. And then other side, so drop the knees over to your left. Okay, lift the hips, lift the top arm and try and focus on the front of the hip stretching. Good. One more time then, knees over to the right. Lift the hips, lift the top arm. And then knees slowly over to the left. Hips lift and top arm lifts. Good, well done. So we're going to drop the knees over to the right now. So we'll hold this stretch for longer a bit later. But just for now, walk the hands over that right knee. Just sort of stretching into that right hip and the right glute. Okay, so we'll hold this stretch for a bit longer later. We're just noticing how this feels. And then we'll come to the other side. So knees going to drop over to the left. Okay, and again, walking those hands over that left knee a little bit, just to release there. Brilliant. So we're going to come to the centre, and then over onto hands and knees when you feel ready. Okay, so let's put these lines on. All right, so over on the hands and knees, we're going to have the wrists just right underneath the shoulders. As you breathe in now, we lift the hips up, we lift the tailbone. I'm going to breathe out to push the floor and around the spine. So again, as you breathe in, just stretching the front of the body. And then breathe out to round the back. Good. So keep this movement going nice and slow. Just breathe through your nose the whole time. Noticing how the hips feel. Then we'll take the hands a little bit wider here and start to make more of a circular movement. So if you make some circles with your hips, imagine your pelvis is drawing a really nice big circle on the floor one way. Good, brilliant. And then just swap directions, nice big circles round the other way. Lovely. All right, coming back into child's pose now. So hips come all the way back towards your heels. So when we're here, just coming up onto your fingertips and keep stretching the arms forward there. You're sort of getting a little bit of a stretch around the armpits and the side of the body. Good. So whilst we're in this position, we're going to come back to doing one more breathing practice. So this is called the physiological sigh. Mimics what we do when we sigh and helps the nervous system relax. So in this position, we're going to take a nice big breath in through your nose. Then another breath in at the top. And we're going to blow all the air out through your mouth. Good. Air again, breathing in. Second breath in at the top. All the breath out. One more time, breathing in. again. And all the breath out. Good, all right, so from here, back to regular breathing, we'll come into downward facing dog. So we're gonna tuck the toes and press the hips back. So giving the legs a little stretch out here, so each heel gently presses towards the ground. Good, stretching into the calves and the hamstrings. Then we're gonna keep both feet on the ground and just start to bend the knees deeply so your shins are just about hovering off the floor. Good, and pushing back, downward facing dog. The same again, bend the knees, go nice and low. Good, pushing back, and then one more time. Bend the knees, shins just hovering. Good, and then back into downward facing dog. So we're going to walk forward to the front of the mat now from our forward fold. So when we get there, feet come a little bit wider. It's going to relax the arms, relax the head, and take a little bit of a sway from side to side. So just be aware of those neck muscles again. If you feel like you hold your neck tense, really try and soften those muscles as much as you can. Good, and then keeping it all nice and relaxed. We're going to roll up to stand slowly, so the head comes last. Good, arms lifting all the way up. And the hands through the middle. We're going to bend the knees, come about halfway down here. Good, again, inhaling up. And then exhaling low, good. Right, so we're going to come all the way up here, hands lifting. We'll go through another breathing practice of lion's breath. So we're going to take a really big breath in, then stick the tongue out and a big breath out. 2 more times, breathing in. There we go. 1 more time, breathing in. And then out. Good, nice. So lift the hands up and come through our little Tai Chi movement now. So bend the knees and just push the hands down towards the floor. Then we're going to turn the palms up. And as you breathe in, we're going to come up and lift your heels up as well. Good. Again, breathing out, bend the knees, sit nice and low. And then inhale, lift the hands and lift the heels. Okay, this time we're going to bend the knees, sit nice and low. Then lift the hands and lift your right knee all the way up towards your chest. Good. We're going to step that foot far back behind you so we end up in a lunge position. From here, hands push down towards the ground. We're going to bend the knees a little bit. Then we're going to lift the hands all the way up and straighten through the legs. Good. Same again, hands push down, bend the knees, pulsing down. And then all the way up. Good, 1 more time like that, going down nice and low. Then as we lift the hands all the way up this time, we're going to slowly open out. Let me just do this. So go to the side of your mat in a warrior 2 position. Good. So keeping the movement going, we're going to turn the hands up as you straighten through your legs. Good, then push your palms away as you bend that front knee. Good, again, slowly all the way up. And then slowly out. Good, from here, turning both feet slightly outwards, coming into like a high squat position. So going through a Tai Chi flow now. So we're going to breathe in, bring your palms together at your chest. As you breathe out, left hand pushes to the back of your mat, so you're turning to face back. Good. Breathing in, coming to the center. Breathing out, pushing around towards the front of the mat. Good. Inhaling to the middle. Exhaling to the back. Nice, good. Again, to the center. And then to the front. Lovely, good. So as we come to the center this time, we're going to turn those feet outwards, nice and deep. Good, and we'll come quite a little bit deeper into our squat. So bend those knees, imagine you're pulling the knees wide. We're going to build some strength. We're going to practice staying calm even when things are challenging. So palms come to the chest. Sit nice and low until it feels quite strong for your body. Then see if you can even maybe stay here, but lift your heels up. Good, nice. Lean back ever so slightly so your spine is tall. Good. If you want to add on, maybe even lift your arms up. Good. So sit a little bit lower. And then once it feels quite strong, practice breathing slowly. So inhaling slowly through the nose. And then exhaling slow. See if you can stay for just 1 more moment. Brilliant, well done. So we're going to relax the hands, just ease it side to side. Yeah, well done. All right, so toes are going to turn parallel now. Hands come together behind the back. We're going to roll the shoulders back. It's a nice big chest stretch. And then big forward fold all the way down through the center. So when you get here, maybe let your hands just relax down towards the ground and find a little bit of a deeper stretch through the back of your legs. So you could hold this still in the stretch, or you could sort of gently wiggle from side to side, easing into those hamstrings. Good. So we're going to turn the feet to face the front of the mat now. Bring the hands to the front of the mat. And we're going to bring that back knee down. So come into a low lunge. We're going to lift both hands all the way up. Then into a hip flexor stretch. So hands come onto that front knee. We're going to really tuck the tailbone underneath. Okay, so squeeze your glutes here. And then put your chin on your chest. So it's a funny little stretch, but the hip flexors can kind of get us stretched in this position. And when our hip flexors are tight, this can cause us to feel quite stressed because everything kind of feels very, very cramped up and tight. Okay, so slowly stretching into that left hip flexor. Sometimes tight hip flexors can also pull on the psoas muscle. The psoas is a very deep, big muscle. When that is also tight, that can pull our diaphragm, so it can affect our breathing as well. So just gently stretching to this hip flexor. Option to go a little bit deeper. So maybe bring your hands down just inside your front foot and slide your back leg back. Okay. So if you want to go a bit deeper still, you can stay here and then just place the forearms down on the ground. Good. So coming into this deeper stretch, breathing really nice and slowly through the nose. Good, nice. Just one more moment here. And we're going to tuck those back toes and lift the knees slowly off the ground and step back into our downward facing dog position. Yeah, well done. We're going to bend the knees from here and step or jump to the front of the mat. Coming all the way up to stand. So we'll lift the hands into our Tai Chi movement again. So we're going to inhale, heels lift up. And exhale, bend the knees, push the hands towards the ground. Good. Again, breathe in, hands lift, heels lift. And then exhaling low. Good. So this time as we lift the hands, that left knee is going to lift up nice and high. Then we're going to step the foot back and land in that lunge position. Good. From here, we're going to press the hands towards the ground and just lower the knee a little bit. Then as you breathe in, hands come up and we straighten the legs. Good. Again, exhale, go down nice and low. And then inhale, coming up. Brilliant. One more time, go down nice and low. Then as we lift the hands up here, we're going to open into warrior two. So opening out to the side of your mat. So front knee is just over the ankle. As you breathe in, we lift the hands up together. Good. As we exhale, we bend the front knee and push the palms all the way out. Good. Again, breathe and come on up. And then exhaling out. Good. So as we come to the center now, we're going to turn both feet outwards and come through our Tai Chi sequence. So we're going to take your right hand to push towards the back of the mat there and just dip the knees down a bit. Good. Then coming round towards the center, left hand towards the front. Brilliant, good. It's nice and smooth. If you want to make this more challenging, maybe close your eyes. Then again, you teach your body to be a little bit more balanced, even when in a kind of challenging situation. Okay, one more time round towards the back. Then we're going to come into the center again, toes turned outwards. Practice staying calm even when things are nice and strong. So palms together. So leaning slightly back so your spine's really straight. Then sit nice and low. Good. Mind you, trying to pull the knees wide apart so you can help to get nice and low in this position. So option again to make this stronger is to lift your heels up. Good. See if your breathing changes. Keep it nice and steady. Maybe your hands lift. See if the breathing changes. Keep it nice and steady. One more moment here. Good, well done. And relaxing the hands. Fantastic. Good. Right, toes turn parallel. So we're going to have the hands on the hips this time. Roll the shoulders back. Nice big breath in. And then breathing out, move forward, fold all the way down. So let the hands relax towards the ground. Again, nice deep stretch through the back of the legs. Good, then we're going to turn the feet to face the front of the mat again. Hands forward and bring the back knee down. Good, so I'm going to swap my legs over. So we're going to come up into that lunge position again. Then hands onto the front knee. Really tuck the tailbone underneath. Okay, squeeze the glutes and then chin on the chest again. So trying to feel a stretch in that right hip flexor, right side of the hips as well. Okay, so option to go deeper, as long as you're still getting the stretch in the right hip, you could come a bit lower so your hands come down and your back knee shuffles back. Okay, and option to go onto the forearm as well, but really focusing on that right hip getting a stretch. Good. So try and find those nice slow breaths through the nose here. Good, well done. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift the knee off the ground and step into our downward facing dog position. Good, from here we're going to step or jump to the front of your mat, coming up to stand, so we'll lift the hands. Good, nice, make our way towards the ground. We're going to bend the knees and come halfway. Okay, so you can either stay here or come all the way down, so you'll be like a little squat here. Okay, so whichever position you're in, we'll put the palms towards the chest. We're going to lift one arm up and start to gently open to the side. Good, then other way, other arm lifts all the way up. Nice, good. All right, so hands come behind just to support you to come to sit. We'll go deeper into that stretch we did earlier. So feet about a little bit wider than your hips here. Drop the knees down to the right. And then for this one, take your shin, just push it away a bit so your leg looks like it's at a right angle. Okay. We're going to walk the hands over that shin, so you're folding over the leg. If you're able to, you can come down to the forearms and stretch into this right hip. So at this point in this stretch, we're going to do some extended exhales. So I'll count it for us. So we're going to be breathing in for 6 and exhaling for 8. Okay, we'll do 3 rounds of it in this stretch. And you're ready together? Breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well done. So back to regular breathing as we come up through the center now. Then dropping the knees over to the left. Okay, and again, bringing that left shin a little bit out so it looks at a right angle. Hands walking over the shin. Good. So as you find a stretch here, we'll do those 3 rounds of breath here nice and slowly. So together, we're going to breathe in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done, good. Slowly coming through the center. Good, so from here, I'm just going to bring the feet together. So briefly we'll come into this full stretch. So feet together, knees dropping to the sides, and then slowly forward folding. So rather than trying to push the knees anywhere, just feel that you can let the hip muscles relax instead. Good. Then for our last sort of movement on the floor, we're going to do a movement that's going to help to release the hip flexor and psoas muscles. So what we're going to do is lie down on your back, okay, having the knees bent. So we're going to hug the right knee into your chest and then just stretch the other leg away from you. Good. So if you remember what tree pose looks like in the yoga class, so we're just standing up, we've got the one foot to the inner edge of the other thigh. What we'll do that is do that on the floor now. So bring your foot now to the inside edge of your other thigh. Keep your leg on the floor, but now slide that right foot all the way down on the floor so both your legs end up straight. Good. And we'll do that again. Hug the knee to the chest. Good. Now place that right foot to the inner edge of the other thigh, so knees dropping out to the side. Keep the leg on the floor and slide it away. Good. You might even feel a little pop in your hips sometimes. Hopefully a nice pop. One more time. Bring the knee in. And then tree pose, but on the floor. Okay, and slide that leg all the way away. This is a nice way to release the psoas muscle if it gets tight. So just noticing if both sides of the hips feel different or the same. Then we do the left knee. So hug the left knee into the chest. We're going to drop the knee out to the side, foot to the inner thigh. Then slide the leg down till the legs go straight. 2 more times, bring the knee in. Drop it out. Slide away. 1 more time in. Drop it out. Slide away. Good, well done. Let the hips feel nice and relaxed now. So we're going to take a nice big breath in as we stretch the arms, legs out as big as you can. Yeah, then leave them there. Take a breath out and relax the body. Okay, well done. Right, so for our last breathing practice now, as we come into Shavasana, we're going to do coherent breathing. So this will be, we'll do 5 rounds of this. So it's breathing in for 6 seconds and out for 6 seconds, just so the body can end in a nice relaxed state. Okay, so when you're ready, together we'll take a slow breath in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, all the way to the top, and out. Go breathing in, and out. Last time now, slow breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well done. So just let your breathing slowly return back to a natural rhythm. And then gradually moving into the space again. So maybe moving your hands and feet. Nice big stretch. Coming to roll over to one side. And just keeping the eyes closed for a moment as you come on up to sit whenever you feel ready. Good. All right, so take a little moment to notice before we head back into your day, any sense of perhaps feeling a little bit more relaxed, a bit more calm maybe. And if you do, see if you can take that with you. I'm just going to bring the hands together, rubbing the palms together to put the body up a little bit. Then we'll interlace the fingers to take a nice long breath in, pushing the palms all the way up. And then breathing out to relax the hands down. Good, well done, stay. Good, well done.